The other day I saw this clip of former President Bush's daughter Jenna talking about the paranormal experience she had had while living in the White House. Let's take a look.
But I believe there has to be. Do you?
Something bigger. Barbara and I haven't, I don't know if you see a ghost, but we felt
You did?
something.
Where?
We were at the White House. And I know, the White House has to be haunted, right? I mean, and maybe again, that's us thinking it has to be haunted.
But so many, yes.
But my phone rang. It woke us up in the middle of the night. We had a fireplace in our room, and all of a sudden, we started hearing like 1920s piano music, as clear as day, coming
through
out
the
of the fireplace. I like jumped in Barbara's bed. We were both awake. The next week, we heard the same thing, but opera. And we talked ourselves out of it, but then I said to a guy, Buddy, one of my favorite men in the world who still works at the White House, I said, Buddy, you wouldn't believe what we heard last night. And he goes, oh, Jenna, you wouldn't believe what I've heard.
Now, Jenna's experience might not be that impressive to you, and it might have a more logical or mundane explanation, but Jenna was far from the first person to report ghosts at the White House. Hello, and thanks for watching Paralopedia. I'm Jason from Parafiles.net, and today we are talking about Ghost of the White House. Mary Todd Lincoln, wife of Abraham Lincoln, was said to be one of the first people to experience a haunting at the White House. During the years of the Civil War, she claimed to have seen several ghosts. One of the ghosts she claimed to have seen was the ghost of her son Willie, that had died at a very young age. Now, many people might just think this is a grieving mother trying to cope with the loss of her son, but many people over the years have also claimed to have seen a young boy running around the White House. Willie Lincoln was also the only boy that ever died in the home. In the 1960s, President Lyndon B. Johnson's college-aged daughter, Linda Bird Johnson Robb, claimed to have seen the ghost of Willie. Mary Todd Lincoln not only experienced the ghost of her dead son, but also, along with many others over the years, claimed to have heard Andrew Jackson laughing, swearing, and stomping his feet in his former bedroom. People have also reported hearing a violin being played from time to time in the White House. Thomas Jefferson was well known for playing the violin and the cello. Many people claim that this ghostly violin is being played by Thomas Jefferson, but two other presidents played the violin in the White House as well, John Tyler and Abraham Lincoln. The East Room of the White House is a very well-known room, and it also has a very well-known ghost story associated with it. Many people over the years have claimed to have heard the sound of sloshing water, smelled soap, and even seen a ghostly woman hanging laundry in the room. This might sound weird, but after doing a little investigation, this report becomes very eerie. When John and Abigail Adams first moved into the White House, there was enough money to build the East Room, but not enough to finish it or furnish it. So, since it wasn't being used, Abigail Adams had the servants hang their laundry in the East Room. Harry S. Truman talked about, and even wrote to people such as his wife, about his ghostly experiences in the White House. He wrote about the hauntings at the White House in 6 different letters. In Truman's own words, "Damn place is haunted." Michelle Obama reported that her and President Obama had been woken up in the middle of the night out of a sound sleep several times, to a strange noise coming from the hallway outside their bedroom. Each time they would go and investigate, and find nothing. Of all the different ghosts that are said to still roam the White House, none has been seen or talked about more than the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln's ghost has been seen over the years by several staffers, foreign dignitaries, and even first family members. Eleanor Roosevelt never said she saw Lincoln's ghost, but did say she felt his presence repeatedly throughout the White House. She also said the Roosevelt's family dog would sometimes bark for no reason at what she felt was Lincoln's ghost. Margaret Truman, daughter of President Harry S. Truman, said she heard a knocking on the Lincoln bedroom door when she stayed the night there, and believed it had been Lincoln on the other side of the door. Eleanor Roosevelt's secretary, Mary Eben, once saw Lincoln putting on his boots in the Lincoln bedroom. After this sighting, she ran from the room screaming. First Lady Grace Coolidge said she saw the ghost of Lincoln, standing at the window of the Yellow Oval Room, staring out at the Potomac. Perhaps the most famous sighting of Lincoln's ghost was in 1942, when Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands allegedly heard footsteps outside her White House bedroom and answered a knock at the door. When she opened it, she saw Lincoln in front of her in a frock coat and top hat. She was said to have fainted when she saw him. There are also accounts of British Prime Minister Winston Churchill seeing Lincoln's ghost while visiting the White House. He had just gotten out of the bath and he was making his way to the adjoining bedroom naked. He claimed to have seen the ghost of Lincoln leaning against the fireplace in the room. Churchill supposedly said to Lincoln, "Good evening, Mr. President. You seem to have me at a disadvantage." He said Lincoln smiled and then disappeared. I would really love to do a paranormal investigation in the White House, but I doubt the opportunity will ever present itself. Who knows, maybe Trump might let me do one. Mr. President, if you're watching this, and I know you are, please let this happen. This could be huge.
Huge!
I promise it will be the most luxurious paranormal investigation ever conducted. But even though my dreams of catching an EVP of Lincoln will more than likely never come true, there might be one piece of evidence of ghost at the White House. Now this picture was taken by the official White House photographer in 1950 during some major renovation. If you look way off in the corner of this photo, you'll see a semi-transparent figure standing just a few feet away from some workers that are just as solid as me and you. Do you think this is a ghost, or that the White House is haunted? Let me know. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and check out parafalls.net for more on ghosts and anything else paranormal. Until next time, remember, there's no reason to be normal when you can be paranormal. Take care.